I'm Patrick Jameson, and in this video, I'm going to show you some of the services you can perform on the PGT single hung aluminum window. The two services I'm going to perform is taking the sash out and how to adjust the balances. The first service I'm going to perform is how to adjust the spiral balances. If your sash is starting to drop on its own, there's a way to adjust both spiral balances. To perform this service, you're going to need your balance hook tool and a way to support the weight of the sash, either with duckbill vice grips or a second person. What we'll have to do is raise the sash all the way to the top so we can use our balance hook tool to hook onto the bottom of the spiral balance. When we disconnect it, it's going to make the sash want to fall, and that's where you need to support the weight of the sash. At the bottom of the balance is a clip with a small hole, and that's where you'll insert the balance tool. After inserting the balance tool, with force, you can break it away from the bottom of the sash. Hang on to it because it's going to want to unwind. In order to tighten the balance, which will prevent the sash from dropping, we can make 2 clockwise turns on the spiral and reconnect it at the bottom of the sash. Remember to do both balances and only in 2-turn increments. After adjusting and reconnecting your balances, check the operation of the sash. If you're having troubles closing the sash or if the sash is raising on its own, perform the same process. Use your balance tool, disconnect and unwind 2 turns on both balances. Another service you can perform is replacing the balance rods. You'll need your balance hook tool and a screw gun to do this. The first step is to open the sash all the way, use your balance hook tool, and disconnect the balance. Ensure you have support holding the sash. The sash is being supported, and I have disconnected the balance. I'm now going to count how many times I unwind this spiral. It was 8 turns. I'm now going to lower the sash to the bottom of the window so I can get ready to unscrew the spiral balance. Using my screwdriver, I can now unscrew the balance screw that is attached to the jamb. I'm now ready to insert the new balance rod into the window. I'll start with the clip side and feed it down between the sash and the jamb. If you have troubles feeding the spiral balance between the sash and the jamb, you can always remove the top sash guide. Using your hook tool, you can grab onto it, lift up, and remove the plastic component. Now I'm going to start feeding the balance inside the frame. The next step is to screw the balance to the window. We'll use the same screw that we took out earlier to fasten it to the window. When tightening the screw, ensure you hand tighten it. Over tightening could cause damage to the spiral balance. Now the screw's been added, we can insert our sash stop at the top of the window. The next step is to insert our top sash guide back into the top of the sash. This is going to snap in between the sash and the balance rod. The sash is being supported. I can now take the spiral part of the balance and wind it up inside the cylinder. Once it's all the way to the top, I'll use my hook tool to latch on to the clip. I've wound it 8 times and now I can reconnect it to the bottom of the sash. And as always, ensure your sash operates correctly. Another service we can perform on this window is replacing the sash. We'll have to disconnect both balances, remove both top sash guides, and the bottom sash guides to do this. I've supported the sash, disconnected both balances, counted how many times the spiral's unwound, and lowered it to the bottom. We've disconnected the balances. I need to now remove the top sash guide. I can use the balance hook tool to get inside there, lift up, and remove. For this process, you'll have to remove both top sash guides, one on the right and one on the left, and they're handed, one left, one right. The last component we need to remove is the bottom sash guide. You can use pliers, but be careful because it's plastic and you might damage it. Or you can use your balance hook tool, which you can get underneath between the component and the rail to separate, and it would pop off. Under the lift rail is where the bottom sash guide is snapped into. Using our hook tool, we can separate the plastic from the lift rail. And now it can be removed from the jamb. Here is my new sash, and I'm now ready to insert it into our frame. I'll follow the same process by putting it into the frame, putting the sash guides on, and connecting the balances. Here is the bottom sash guide. It has a thin piece of plastic that will be inserted between the jamb and the sash. You're gonna force this up underneath the lift rail where it's gonna snap in. If you can't snap it with your fingers, you can always use the back end of the balance hook tool to push and snap it in. The next step is to insert both top sash guides back into the sash. This is gonna prevent the balances from hitting the side of the sash. The next step is to wind both balances and reconnect them to the bottom of the sash. And the last step is to ensure your sash operates correctly. To recap, I've now shown you how to take the sash out and adjust the balances. I'm Patrick Jamison, and thanks for watching.